Hello everyone, welcome again. In this part of this course, we will know what is Kubernetes engine and how to use Kubernetes. So, um, in this video, we will know how to setting a default compute zone, and we will know a overview of Kubernetes. And the rest of the videos, we will know how to create a Kubernetes engine cluster and how to get authentication credentials for this cluster. Then we will deploy an application to this cluster, and of course we will know how to delete this cluster. Let's get a quick look of Kubernetes. Google Kubernetes engine provide a managed environment for deploying and managing and scaling your containerized application using Google infrastructure. The Kubernetes engine environment consists of multiple machines, especially Google Compute Engine instance, grouped together to form a container cluster. So Kubernetes engine cluster are powered by the Kubernetes open source cluster management system. Kubernetes provides a mechanism through which you interact with your container cluster. You use Kubernetes command and resource to deploy and manage your application. So you can use Kubernetes commands and resources to deploy and manage your application, perform administration tasks and set policies. Also, of course, and monitor the health of your deployed workloads. Kubernetes draw on the same design principles that run popular Google services and provide the same benefits like automatic management and monitoring for your application container. Also, it gives you a lot of benefits and provide the same benefits like automatic management, monitoring, automatic scaling and rolling updates, and more. When you run your application on container cluster, you are using technology based on past 10 years Google experience running production workloads in container. Cluster management feature that the Google Cloud Platform provides. There is a lot of cluster management features that Google Cloud Platform provide, like load balancing for compute engine instance and node pools to designate subset of node within a cluster for additional flexibility, and automatic scaling of your cluster node instance count, and automatic upgrades for your cluster node software. Then node auto repair to maintain node health and availability, and the last one is logging and monitoring with using Stackdriver for visibility into your cluster. So let's get started. First of all, let's open our Google Cloud Platform console. Okay, and we have to activate our Cloud Shell. And as we learned before, we will click on this button to activate Cloud Shell, then click on Continue. Okay, we will write some commands in the first, like to activate our account and to know our project ID. And we learned that before, to activate our account we have to write this command gcloud auth list, and it will show us our account. And I'm using Quick Labs for this course. Thanks Quick Labs. And to learn and to get our project ID, we will write gcloud config list project. And here, as you can see, this is our project ID. So first of all, we will follow some steps in this video. We will learn how to set a default compute zone to just make our Kubernetes live in this regional zone. We have to write some commands, and we will know how to create a Kubernetes engine cluster. This is all for this video. So first of all, let's setting our default zone to compute zone. We have to write gcloud config set compute zone, and we will select US Central 1-A, US Central 1 -a and click on enter. So we have updated our default compute zone to this, which US Central 1. Now we have to create a Kubernetes engine cluster, so it will be live on this regional zone. To create a container cluster, we will write this command: gcloud container clusters create, and then we have to write the name of the cluster. Let's say we will name it Medhat. This is our cluster. I click on enter, and we will get some warning message. You can ignore it. Then it will create a cluster called Medhat in the US Central 1 zone. Now it's being deployed, so we have to wait a couple of seconds, maybe a few minutes, until it finish creating the cluster. Okay, now it's checking for health. So until it finish, we will make a recap about Kubernetes and the cluster. So we will learn that you can use Kubernetes for managing your application and resources in Google Cloud Platform. So Kubernetes let you create a lot of clusters, and it gives you the opportunity to manage your application, and you can make administration tasks and set policies for your application, and you can monitor the health of your deployed application. And also there is a lot of services for clusters, and in the next video also we will learn how to get authentication of this cluster, and how to deploy an application to this cluster, and how to expose a deployment server. Then we will learn how to inspect this hello server, and how to delete the cluster. Okay, as we can see, we created as we can see, we created a cluster called Medhat, and the location is US Central 1, and the version of this cluster, and there is a master IP and machine type. So in this video we created a cluster. See you in the next video. We will know how to get authentication credentials for this cluster to interact with the cluster. Also, we will deploy an application to this cluster. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.